Hey, this is Mike Upsall with Surf Through Death. You're listening to the Doom Tomb.
A public cockfight.
A cockfight? I haven't done that since Boy Scout camp.
No, here the men fight with their roosters.
Call it what you will, General. I won't do it in public.
This is the doomtombpodcast, the podcast for all things within the heavy underground. My name is Chris. I'm your host. Now, if you're interested, we've got merchandise for the Doom Tomb podcast and Planet Mammoth. The link, of course, is in the show notes. And now, we did this thing. We went on location, Mesa, Arizona, the Nile Underground, and we interviewed this trio that has bone-shattering tones and a wall of sound in tow. Let's hear the interview right now. So I remember a while ago I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do this at Yucca Tap Room, and we couldn't. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a lot of illness over the past few years. We've had a ton of changes, but now they are here. They're at the Nile Theater. Obviously this is going to air after they played. I'm sure they crushed it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's everybody in the band Glasghote. How you doing, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing great. Hanging in there.
Now, while I got you here for a second, could you please go around, introduce yourselves, and what you do in the band?
My name's Chad, and I play bass.
My name is Jordan, and I play drums.
My name's Jake, and I do guitar and vocals, if you couldn't tell by my voice right now.
Yeah, so how deep are you? How many days are you into the tour?
This is day 6.
Yeah, day 6.
And we have 7 more shows after this.
And there is, we'll get to the music in a minute, and if you have not heard them, just pause this for a second. We'll play some of the music, but you want to hear this. There is a thickness, there is a heaviness that is undeniable. I don't know if this is a Portland thing. I see some places that within the United States that just absolutely crush, and Portland or that area just seems to have something, an element of fire. How do you describe it?
I mean, it's crazy. Portland is. I'm pretty new to Portland. I mean, 8 years now. There's a lot of great bands out of there. A lot of really good friends of ours. There is something in the water there. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people say the rain, and you're stuck inside for 9 months out of the year, so you write some heavy music.
Yes. So what you're telling me is it could be Doom Central. Would you agree with that statement?
Could be. Savannah, Georgia.
Prominent cities, probably, yeah.
Okay, well, we're here, and we're usually angry and hot in Arizona, so we have a very similar vibe. Now, I want to go down the list because I saw a few things. You guys formed around 2017?
Yep, 2016.
Okay, and now I saw something, and I was curious if you have anything. Can you tell me what happened, if anything, great, indifferent, whatever, at the Ash Street Saloon show?
Oh, shit. Well, we drank a lot of whiskey.
Yes. What was the whiskey of choice, sir?
Whatever the well is. So we're broke musicians.
Jameson on that one. But,
Jameson for a white.
Jameson, send us some bottles. Sponsor us. Yeah, we had a couple shows at Ash Street. Some were really great. One in particular was really bad. We just played horrible.
You get a day where there might be a clam or two.
There were a lot of clam that day.
So I just want to run down a few because I know, like, in our area, we've had a few places shut down over the past few years, and we all know why. So if I run through these, tell me if they're still available and if it's a great place to play and, whatever. The Tonic Lounge.
Gone. RIP. Miss it every single day. I drive past it on the way home from work, and I get fucking angry that it's gone every time.
What is it now?
It's an apartment.
Fuck. All right. Moving forward, the Twilight Cafe.
It has relocated and has not reopened.
Really? Do you know any of the people? You think maybe it's gonna get a turnaround?
I don't know. In the old place, there's I believe it's an all ages venue now.
Manocolta.
Mm-hmm.
We have not played there yet, but we did play the old Twilight, and it was cool. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've seen the new Twilight have some flyers come out lately.
Yeah, and the new one's supposed to hold a lot more, like 200 people or something. It's like a bigger venue.
All right, on. Okay. Hawthorne Hideaway.
Still there.
Still
We've only
there.
played it once, and it was kind of it's a great place, but the sound guy was not super fun for us.
And you know what? There's other sound people around that I'm sure will knock it out of the park. Like tonight at the Nile Theater in
Every
Mesa.
single show so far has been incredible.
And let's see. Oh, okay. So the place where you did live, the Kenton Club, still around, still running?
Yep, still there. Amazing
Okay.
place.
And the substation is still open, as I'm aware.
Just
Now,
played it a week ago.
okay. Now, if you can, give me a little taste of your name, because I looked something up. I don't know if this is it. So, Glasghote is the birthplace of watchmaking in Germany. Is that how you got your name?
It is not.
Damn
This
it!
is
I
gonna
was
be-
trying.
Yeah, it is now.
Please, go right ahead,
This is going
sir.
to be the lamest story of all time.
Well, you like to keep time, I know.
So my buddy back home, John, love him to death.
Right.
He actually lives in Portland now, but we've always wanted to have a doom band and name it Glasghote. Just thought it sounded cool, and then I moved to Portland and met these two dudes and asked him if it was cool if we stole that name because we thought it sounded great.
Right.
And here we are. So it's a pretty lame story, but
No.
it sounded cool and metal.
Because there's a lot going on with the Goat. Let me tell you something. Because you've got another band out there in your area, Slow Goat.
Oh yeah, they're great.
And they
Love
just
them.
released a new single right now.
Today.
Did you see the fucking artwork?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, loving it. And you know what? Speaking of, I was going to ask this a little bit later, but let me ask you now. So I see the merchandise that you have. I love these shirts. You got some great illustrations, even with the artwork for the music itself. How important is it to convey your musical message through the illustration? And how do you pick what artists you want to work with?
Well, these last ones, it was Crusher Death, right? Was the artist, and we kind of, I mean, really, it's just like surfing through Instagram artists and seeing
Right.
what they like. And sometimes we'll reach out to people, and it's like way too expensive, or they don't even respond. But yeah, we kind of just met, like, started talking to him, and he gave us a couple drawings to like pick from, and we just
Right.
kind of went for it. And I mean, we kind of just want to have, cool, just brutal artwork, I guess. Or,
Yeah. Now, do you, as you do that, do you tell them, hey, this is what we're trying to convey in the song? Can you connect that to art
With that,
or an illustration?
With the new shirts and Crusher Death, it was kind of just like, these are super cool. But the cover of Ride of the Siren, we
Yes.
talked with Ibe. He's super rad. He did all of like Body Void's artwork.
Incredible work,
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had we wanted to do William Beksinski, if I said that right, the like old Polish artist everybody
Yes.
pulls from or does. A lot of new artists do it too, like just basically Polish artists. But we wanted to do that, and then we had to reach out to the museum of him, and then at the time we couldn't afford it. And then, which actually Liam was the one that put me onto that, because I was like, oh, how'd you get his artwork? And he reached out to the museum and helped him out. But so we just had a piece that we wanted to specifically use, and we just gave that to Ibe, and
Right.
he kind of mimicked it in a way. I mean, not mimicked it, but he, did. It was like a little doorway, and we liked that, and then he added all the bodies and everything.
Right
It was
on.
really cool, yeah.
Absolutely. So, look, I know you guys got to get on stage. I got to run through these questions. If they're a little fast, I apologize, but I just want you to have your downtime before you go out and crush. So, okay, so I'm going to go through a few of these. Now, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Is Ilrith still performing? Is that how you pronounce it?
That is how you pronounce it. I think I saw that they announced the show. They've been inactive since COVID.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
Now, another band that you played with that I got the album, I found them on Bandcamp, and I was like, holy shit, Menin. Are they still active?
They are not,
They are.
unfortunately. We love those guys, but they're done.
They even snuck in a back patch for me, which was really fucking cool.
Nice.
Shout out to those guys. Okay, so your band starts off, if I'm correct, with the Saints of Shallow Grave. It was like a 3-song EP. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, how do you feel? How do you feel that your music has morphed since then? What do you feel as an accomplished musician, touring musicians? How do you feel it's changed?
I feel like right up until very recently, we were continuously trying to figure out what we wanted. And with each little release and the more shows we played, we kind of adapted our writing in that way. And I think that really shows on this tour and the record that we have recorded now. It's not quite yet released.
I see. So what do we got? What are we talking? A time date here? What do we got?
We're shopping the record around right now, so we don't quite know. Have a couple people we're talking to.
Okay.
So we don't know, not a date yet. We do have the next one basically halfway written as well. So we've got some stuff in the pipe.
Well, kind of
Back
like,
pockets.
kind of. Thank you, COVID, because it gave some people some chances to like cool out, write an album or two. Now you did a split with Hound the Wolves. Is that correct? That's correct. Yeah. Now, you offered a beer to anyone that bought a copy of the split at your show. I'm wondering if you're still recovering from that investment.
Luckily, no, because we only had like 20 or 25 of them, so
Gotcha.
it wasn't too bad. But it seemed to work, and we like drinking beer with people. So
I think solid to the bands. Hey, I'm saying throw it out there.
We're always recovering from our investments, beer in general, you know.
Indeed. Now, let's wait for the chopper to go by here. There we go. Yeah, go slower. There you go. A little slower. So you did this album live at the Kenton Club. I read about why. Could you please explain it?
Yeah, it was just we wanted to release something, and it was during COVID, and we had that record, so we had Billy Anderson mix and master it, and then we had Eric, who was at Kenton Club, who recorded it.
Killer recording, by the way.
Yeah, and it was when George Floyd was murdered, and it was everything like that, so we just kind of felt we just wanted to make it available and donate some of the money to it, because if everyone should be equal, and it's bullshit what happened, so we...
Supporting a good cause.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. Okay, now, let's see. Let's go through some of the tracks here. Like I said before, we got thickness, we got heaviness. Personally, I would like to see you on a tour with Primitive Man. That's the first.
So would we.
That's the first fucking band that I thought of. I'm like, I think it would be a nice mix. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there, guys. PM, hit them up, would you please?
So we might have our foot in the door there, because Ethan from Primitive Man booked this tour for us that we're currently on. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, rubbing the hands together, licking your chops.
Yeah, you know,
He did artwork for a sweatshirt we did a while ago. It sold out, but yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I also got really drunk at the Primitive Man show in Portland and was like, I can't wait to tour with you. And he was like, we're not fucking going on that tour.
Now we got to go over some of the music, and I'm gonna throw some of the tracks in here. Do you have any memories of Corrosion of Man?
Yeah, shit. I think Jordan came in one day with a riff, and we kind of just flushed it out there, and I kind of started just by like kind of yelling rhythmically, and then figuring out sort of what vibe we want to go to with how the riffs sound to us. It just kind of flushed itself out, and all the ideas out there.
I feel like that was also like the kind of the turn of us writing, like from Saints, Find Shallow Graves, like it just kind of changed the writing of it and kind of opening it up and trying to just be like trying to just make doom like our influences and try and branch out and do our own thing and our own feel.
Yeah, have your own sound, literally. Now you had the full length, which was oh my God, my eyes! Rise of the Siren, Rite of the Siren. You know, look, I wrote it right.
You did, you got it.
I just can't. Look, all right. Full disclosure. I'm working on mastering the idea of using progressive lens contacts. So it's a little difficult, and as I get later in the day, my eyes get tired, and then I can barely see. Great excuse. So, what do you have any special memories about creating Rite of the Siren?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first full length. That's always something special, and getting over that red light fever, as they call it, in the studio, and just focusing so hard not to fuck the songs up, but having a blast when you get one done and get all the layers on it, and really getting to hear it back in a professional setting. That's a big moment. So.
Absolutely. Now, you did the split. Do you have any memories of the split, and And did you ever get to play live with them or no?
Yeah. We have a couple times. All those members have their hands on a couple different buys. They're also in another great band called Altar, which I think is on hiatus currently. And then Tigers on Opium is another band their singer's on. And I think they just did a little one-off in Vegas and flew back to Portland.
Yeah, Tigers have been here twice so far, and I've missed them both times. I apologize. So the next time they come around, I gotta, whatever it is, I gotta go see them. For some reason, I just keep missing them.
With that split too, it was kind of surreal. That was our first time recording with Billy Anderson, so that was very intimidating at first, but really, really cool to be in the studio with someone that's done records that I've listened to since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Melvin and all that, so that was pretty awesome.
Now, is he a go-to for the new material?
He recorded the new record that's not out yet, yeah. And then stuff that we have written we're still waiting to record that one.
Okay. Burning Bodies Light the Way. What can you tell me about it?
That was a part of that recording session, actually. So we recorded 3 songs, and then 2 of them went on the split, and then we wanted to release that song, so it was like kind of have it in your back pocket for a single. So we just kind of did that. And that one's kind of more of our like back to pentatonic-y, doomy-ish. Like we feel like that's a little more, like bluesy doom kind of whatever, versus what we're trying to do now, where it's like a little more chordy and not so traditional, I guess. I don't know.
You're making it your own, and that's the point. Now, I do apologize, guys, and this will be it. I know you got to get ready. I was going to ask you these questions off mic so you get a chance to think about it. Tough shit. Ain't happening. Okay. Okay, so you have a record on Doom Stew Records. What goes in a good stew?
Potatoes.
Okay, potatoes. Unless, are you fans of Brunswick stew or no? That's not a thing? Brunswick, it's more of a tomato base, actually. Okay. Yeah, so you can throw a little ketchup in there if you want to be rogue. You can throw some tomatoes.
Gross.
I guess.
Oh!
Chad doesn't eat any condiments whatsoever.
Chad's a beige eater.
Are you? Are you no condiments?
No condiments.
Dude, you obviously haven't had my ranch yet.
I haven't. I would love to try it.
All right, cool. Next time I'll have to bring it out, and believe me, I will. Okay.
And I am a big fan of condiments, and especially ranch.
All right. Now, what is a local legend or story in your town that everybody still tells or believes?
Well, the Elliott Smith, he always went to Club 21, which R.I.P. for that. And then, the Satyricon. That's where apparently Courtney and Kurt met. So, yeah,
okay.
That's kind of, that's one of the big ones.
And that's the one people really gravitate to?
Yeah, it's Satyricon, which R.I.P., that's like, legendary. Yeah. It was, So that's kind of one of the big ones. And then, Elliott Smith roaming around,
All right. Let's see. Is there a local food chain in your area that the rest of the country or world is missing out on?
It's called Goonburger.
Please tell me about it.
Yeah.
All right, sir. What is the best burger there?
Oh, nice plug, man. That is my smash burger pop-up that I do. So we got smash burgers, fries, chili cheese fries. We're working on going into a little tap house that's opening up in Vancouver, Washington in the next year.
Nice.
It's delicious, but hold the fucking mayonnaise.
Okay, so we got burgers, right? That's what you're talking about. Okay, so do you spice the burger before you cook it or as it's cooking?
Honestly, the burger just salt, and then we put a lot of work into. We make our own pickles. We make a sauce that's a little bit more unique than your average kind of Thousand Island thing. So
now, please tell everybody how can they reach you on Instagram or other social media.
Just Instagram, just Goonburger. That's it.
And do we have Goonburger merch?
We have T-shirts.
All right, I like this. And finally, gentlemen, what is your best touring hack?
I think we're still figuring those out right now. For me, so far, it's been cough drops and warm drinks in the mornings.
Hotels.
For my throat, but
we thought we could sleep in the van for the whole tour, and the first night, my back fucking still hurts. It's not awesome.
Yes, That
Then I
does
have to
happen.
move a fucking amp peg down the goddamn stairs.
Well, I don't know if you met Rob from Thra.
Yeah.
You can just put it on his back because it'll fit.
All right, perfect.
What I'm
Do it.
saying is he's a very imposing young man. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I wish you much success on the
Thank
tour.
you so much, man. That was
And
fun.
let's do this again sometime.
Yes, please.
Thanks, man. And when the new material comes out, we'll talk.
Cool.
Cool, guys. Thanks. Cheers. Thanks, guys, for taking time out because I know we were at a little bit of a time crunch. You had to get on stage. And also, we just wanted to watch the show. I mean, there were some killer performances by Thra and the band Hell. First time seeing them, and I was enthralled, man. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So, Glasghote. They've got new music on the way, but until that time, let's wet the beak a little bit with this track, this single that was released just a bit ago. And maybe it'll be on the new album. I'm hoping, because it is a burner of a track. Speaking of, let's hear it. This is Burning Bodies Light the Way. Thank you all so much for listening. It's the doomtombpodcast at gmail.com. That is how to reach us. Now, you want to give some thanks? Give it to Ian from No Masters Audio. Hit him up on Instagram. He does all things sound for the Doom Tomb. He does video as well. You got to hit him up, see what he can do for you. Now, if you like this music, and if you didn't, why would you listen? Like, seriously, really? What, are you just torturing yourself? Or do you actually love this like I do? If you want to hear more of it, come over to craniumradio.com. I've got a show 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's each and every Sunday. Listen in for music and talk and whatever else comes up. I don't know. Random tangents, usually. Now, is that it? Are we done? Yeah, I think so. Look for new music from Glasghote, and we got some other episodes coming up. Until that next time, meantime, and in between time, take care of yourselves, get out to those shows, buy some of that band merch, and above all, keep it heavy.